Alright, so this will be the first video. I'm going to go ahead and do a playthrough or two of Scavenger SV-4. I'm not an entertainer, so don't expect to be thrilled by my voice. But I'll basically give some commentary around what I'm doing and give some content on some background on the decisions I'm making so that everybody else can learn a little bit about how I basically play the game. An important bit here to note is I have a ship setup already done. I also do a lot of testing when I play through the game. I'll talk a little bit about that as I go on. Alright, let's get started. I will talk about, or I will read through the intro sequence in the bunk. I'll just kind of flip through it real quick for you guys. I usually read these, but I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Alright, quick note, I have a timer on my keyboard that I start as soon as you start the game. First things up, launch the rover. Alright, now that we have the basic prep done, doors that I use regularly I keep open, doors that I don't use regularly I keep closed. That way if there's a hull breach we have plenty of spare oxygen. Not a hull breach, I'm sorry. If there's some sort of issue we have plenty of spare oxygen that we can use to move around. It's very important that you are here for the first landing. During the first landing, during every landing, there are three phases. The upper cloud layer, the mid cloud layer, and the lower cloud layer. The two top cloud layers don't matter. This lower cloud layer, though, you use to determine where things are on the map. Specifically, we're looking for the alien city. You'll know it when I see it, because I will talk about it. It's probably over there. Once you know approximately where you think the alien city is, that's the direction I'm going to be heading in predominantly. I have no idea how to enter that because you can't climb that ramp, so we're just going to leave that one. Usually there's a lot more relics to be stolen in the first landing. I normally get up to 5, sometimes even 6 that I can recover before I even leave that initial landing area. So we're going to move out just a little bit and grab the rest of these. I want to have plenty of a backlog so that I'm always doing research. I know it's a little jarring that power is going out a little bit. To be completely honest with you, I just don't turn the auxiliary generator on because I don't want to. It's not necessarily a big problem. But typically, if you're not in anywhere where you need to have the generator, such as if I have a weapon or something, keeping it off keeps you quieter, keeps you colder, and preserves fuel in case you happen to need it later. I've never run out of fuel in the generator, but that's because I'm not very liberal about the usage of it. Alright, another thing to note once we pick this one up is on our recall, we are going to angle away from where I think I want to travel. That way I have more range on my camera. Specifically, I think we should be traveling in the direction that we're currently pointing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle my drone about 90 degrees off to the side, recall, and use the camera to look over there and chart a path. See, I was wrong, but I know that now. I turned and I can see. We're a little late on the med bay. I like to be in the auto dock every 4 minutes based on that timer. We're at 6 minutes right now. And now we play the waiting game. I guess this would be a good time to go over cargo management. Well, it doesn't matter. I store modules that I can use that are of low value at the top. Modules I cannot use are at the bottom. So things like maps, data, audio recordings, things that I don't need to take with me go at the bottom so that they're easily pre-sorted. You want the cargo bay itself to be as empty as possible so that when you bulk unload the rover, it unloads faster. Remember, do as I say, not as I do. Alright, we're going to immediately head back. My initial guesses on this is some sort of electrical weapon. One of these two is a launcher. Possibly both of them are launchers. And mineral compositions typically turn into be some sort of armor. We're just about to hit the upper cloud layer, so now we're going to hit up the auto dock. That way we have plenty of time on target. Alright, we should be exiting the lower cloud layer right about now. Yep. We need to go that way. I don't see the city, but that's the only place it could be. A thing to note about research is that as you research through things, the amount of research capable of being done is a finite volume. So it will do, say, 100 points of research every second. If you have 4 objects being researched, each one gets 25 points of research per second. So if things finish and other things are still being researched, they're just researching faster. So you're never really wasting time until you're not researching at all. First century, looks like he spotted us. Doesn't look like he's shooting at us. Nope, I guess he's not moving either. Alright, now we need to change out our research. We did not get an electrical weapon. We managed to get a fossil, though. I try not to approach any sentries that I know are not destroyed until I have a weapon. So we're not even going to bother trying to loot that guy, because it's just asking him to shoot us. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, that was the trees attacking. Actually, it sounds like there's an aircraft, too. Yes, the trees do attack. You stay away from trees. Thankfully, he did not get the hit the manipulator, so we can just back out of this one and get everything repaired. Looks like it damaged everything that's in here pretty badly, so most of this stuff's probably not going to be worth anything. I'll take it all regardless, because free stuff is easy to throw away in exchange for not free stuff. Looks like we are going flamer this time. We did not get a turret-mounted weapon. We did get a radar, though. And we need to see if that water flush is passive or only active. Sometimes coolant things will have passive coolant and they're worth having, even though you'd never turn them on. Yes, it's got a 512 effect. That's not necessarily a lot, but it beats nothing. Another advantage is as you research things, your research of things like that uh, will get better. So, as an example, even though these red objects may never be used by me, as long as they're being researched, they still help me because they'll make researching other things of their type a lot faster. Alright, looks like we have gotten lucky. This particular ruin is a. That's why I got shocked. There's a tree in the ruin. Alright. It's a path through this valley to another location. So if we open one of these other doors, we'll be able to move through and exit on another one of them. Assuming you can even open doors with the flamer. Is that a plane with an arc projector? It's fascinating. Doesn't look like there's a way out over here. Unless we can take this spindly path. I don't see a way out of that either. Yep, that's a Gus. There's two of them. Alright, well, it looks like that's the end of this run. Uh, Without a generator or the ability to operate the weapon, pretty much stuck. "37 units is not a lot. Let's see if that's enough." You'll notice the flame projector's damaged. It now does 0 damage. to try just with this and see if those guys are destroyed or not, and if they're not, then we're going to leave. There's not much we can do about it. Nope, we're dead. There's two guys down there, so there's nothing we can do about it. But we were trying to land here. The gauze there. There's another one in the area as well. There's not much we could really do. And so ends the voyages of the Aquila. $46,000 is not very high. We'll note a few things. Research was quite low. We didn't recover too many damaged artifacts, but at the end of the day, damaged artifacts are better than no artifacts. Exploration was, you'll note, abnormally high for the amount of distance we covered. That was because of the Omni radar. Whenever you hit anything with the radar, it counts for partial exploration, I believe. But just 1 or 2 seconds of radar scan are enough to be a couple thousand of exploration, depending on where you are. Well, that concludes the first one.